everyone, it's Nishti here. I'm so excited. We've got this lovely mother of one who's joined us today to explain how we helped her little boy inside the Settle Baby plan. Her name is Louise, and thank you so much, Louise, for being here. Tell your story of how we helped baby Roman, which, by the way, is the most beautiful name.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nishti. So we reached out to you when Roman was 3.5 months old, roundabout. We realised he was struggling with something at around 2 months. And at first, the GP and health visitor sort of told us it was just reflux, because that was our first symptom, a lot of reflux. We were going through outfit changes, 4 outfit changes a day. He was going through multiple outfit changes a day. And then from there, it quickly sort of, the symptoms got worse. We were back and forth at the GP. The formula roulette, which you talk about a lot, we played that. And it was very, very stressful. And it got to the point, and I think every sort of allergy parent experiences this, where you just don't know what to do next. I'd put him, or the GP rather, we'd gone through, I think, was it 4 different formulas, maybe 5. And I said to, Maurice, my child's father, I said, I can't make another decision now. I don't know what to do. I need help. I didn't want to try another, 1, 2, 3 formulas and be back in the same place with Roman struggling. I know every child reacts differently, but Roman's main symptoms were severe reflux, constipation, which I know when we reached out to you, you explained one makes the other worse, and it's a vicious circle with that, because obviously the more constipated, the more reflux. His sleep he's always been a great sleeper, as we know, thank God. I don't know how. I know a lot of parents say, the first allergy symptom is like really bad sleep, but I mean, yeah, we were blessed with that. It did affect his sleep sometimes, but we got to the point where he was just in pain throughout the day, pretty much, for the whole day, very unsettled. So obviously then we found yourselves with the Settle Baby plan. And we chose the option for you to help us with the weaning as well, with him approaching 4 months. I think with new allergy research, I'm right in saying there's babies with allergies can benefit from a little bit of early weaning as well.
Absolutely.
And what we found with you is that within, I think it was definitely under 4 weeks, I think 2.5 weeks maybe, on, you got us on the right formula. And then once he'd settled with the formula, he also was, you identified he was struggling with reflux, acid reflux as well. Which we didn't know he was really. We thought that was just a side effect of the allergy, but it was both. And then you helped us get those under control. And then I personally was terrified of weaning, because he'd already reacted to, I think I'd said this to you before, he'd already reacted to Carabel as well. We couldn't use that to thicken his milk. So yeah, just having your guidance and that plan of, I didn't have to think about what can I give him, what's safe for him to eat in terms of the nutrition, balance. Everything was there, just a plan to follow. And we did really well. He didn't react to anything, did he? I don't think.
Soya.
Yes, just soya, yeah. But that wasn't, we didn't try that until a little bit afterwards, did we?
Yes.
But in terms of the weaning, went really well. And within, a month, I just had a completely different baby and was able to enjoy being a mum. And I can honestly say, within the point of identifying, when his cow's milk allergy symptoms started coming to light, which was when he was 2 months old, to, that 6 weeks that we reached out to you, it was awful. Like, I can say I wasn't enjoying being a mum, because how can you enjoy seeing your baby, struggling and in pain for so long? And me and Maurice always said the best thing we did was find you and reach out to you, because we just needed, you looked at Roman as an individual baby, his individual symptoms. Okay, what does he need? What's his history? rather than, I love, you know, the GP, but I think having someone, you know, we're lucky to have the NHS and the GP, but having someone like yourself who has experience with all these individual symptoms and what works best for different babies was just invaluable, I think. Because obviously you were able to help us where, unfortunately, I don't think the GP could in Roman's case. Just because babies with cow's milk allergy all react very differently, don't they? So just having someone like you who really listened, you know, not just went, oh, cow's milk allergy, so we'll do this, you know, listen to me, listen to Roman, his experience, and just such tailored hand-holding support, really.
No, thank you, Louise. Can you explain to everyone, like, because obviously I think the hand holding and I mean, the Settle Baby Plan, I don't think there's anything like it, if I may say so,
Yeah.
because I mean, is it what you expected when you joined?
It's more than I expected, really. I mean, I know there were moments where you were saying to me, like, hello, is everything okay? It wasn't me pestering you, it was the other way around, which is great because obviously as a mum, you're to a baby is so busy and on the go all day. And I think we got him sorted, you know, you got him sorted really quickly, didn't you? So then after that, he was like, hello, is Roman, you know, is Roman okay? Like, are you doing well? And I'm like, yeah, we're really good. We're just enjoying ourselves. And so you checked daily and multiple times daily, I think, especially during that first few weeks where we were looking for sort of any symptom, any reaction. You know, you're so responsive and just really reassuring, because I think that's what you need, you know, by the time that parents probably reach you. We're just so nervous and on edge looking for any new reaction, and you're overthinking everything. And I remember I was in those first few weeks and you were there to just say, trust the process.
Yes, like, I remember that.
Trust the process. And I was like, oh, because, you know, you'll know, and any parent knows, like, it gets to a point where you're just so on edge. And, you know, after you give them milk, you're just waiting. When that new formula comes in, you're waiting for it to happen, like, all over again. And you just said to me, trust the process, and I did. And then it was just amazing start to finish. Obviously, you have the app as well, which is really easy, so things don't get lost. You can track things really well, so uploading pictures, and you can respond to the individual pictures and messages. Voice notes as well, which is really easy because I'm a voice note person anyway. I know some people aren't, but I hate typing. I don't have time to type all the time. So it's really really beneficial. And then your check-in calls as well. So if we were at a point where we had a few check-in calls, didn't we? I think it was just, you know, when we decided to start weaning, and you just wanted to check if he was ready for that. And then at the next stage, when he'd been weaning a little bit, I can't remember what some of them thought, but we did have a few, you know, check-in calls. And the contact and, like I say, hand holding, because it does get to that stage as an allergy parent where you do need your hand holding, because, you know, I think I cried to you on our first consultation call because, you know, people will understand. It just gets to that point, doesn't it, where you're just a bit broken and you don't know what to do next.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm also very grateful that you trusted me. I still remember our first call, actually. Because you'd been through so much, and 4 or 5 formula changes, and all the, you know, the formula roulette is just so common. And I always say to parents online and everywhere that it's actually completely unnecessary. What would you think, like, of me saying that? Does it sound too good to be true, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
What would you say now if I say it's completely unnecessary?
I would agree. Because I think, like you say, there's lots of different formulas, but then loads of the formulas are the same versions, just like different brands, sort of things. Like, you've got the hydrolyzed, and you've got the ones with the probiotics in, and but you don't need to try every single
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
also, you've got to, like you kept saying to me, like every baby, allergy baby needs a plan. You can't just be trying this willy-nilly, which is
Yes.
what you end up doing if you're doing it alone. And
Yes.
all you have is just hope. You just hope this is going to work. And
Yes.
that's just,
Yes. I know.
yeah,
And you're waiting and waiting
yeah,
and I know it sounds very simple, like an allergy baby needs a plan, but they need a plan. And I think what also they need is that observation
mm-hmm.
period, which is actually, those 2, 3 weeks where it could either go the wrong way or the right way. And the sooner you catch it,
Yeah,
the sooner you settle the baby. And that's what happens inside the settle baby plan. And that's
yeah,
why the first 2, 3 weeks with a new client is our most stressful time. But
yes,
I know it's worth it because we either, if it's not the right plan, we change it immediately. But
yeah,
if it's the right plan, I know that it's the right plan. And I'm
yeah,
just there to tell the parent it's fine, trust the
yeah,
process,
yeah.
So, and
Oh,
that thing,
that's sorry, that's I think that's actually initially the reason I reached out to you, is your view on that, because I'd seen a lot of other people say, you need to wait 6 weeks minimum. And that's, I think, something, I don't know if you hear that quite common, but I think people are told to wait,
it's
4,
too
5,
long.
6 weeks.
Mm,
And to me, I thought, if he's still in pain, screaming, unsettled the whole day, it's not all of a sudden at 6 weeks one day, he's going to get better. So to me, I'm like, I don't want to be told that, wait 6 weeks,
yes,
and
yes.
like, I understand there's slow and steady improvement over the 6 weeks, but to me there should be some improvement. You should know whether,
Absolutely.
like, okay, we're on the right track here.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the settle baby plan, we do try and settle the baby in 4 weeks or less because it shouldn't take longer than that. It
Mm-hmm.
really shouldn't take. And if it does, it's because it's not the right plan.
Yeah,
And it's as simple as that, and I
yeah,
can confidently say that now after so many years of working with babies. And all the formulas are all different. And as each baby
yeah.
needs a different formula. So what would you say to a parent that's watching this and who's still not sure? Because I think I have a lot of parents who say it sounds too good to be true. That's actually, maybe it's a compliment.
Really?
Yeah, they say, oh, what's the catch? What's the catch? And I'm like, oh, there is no catch actually.
Yeah,
Mm.
I would say it's not too good to be true. We always tell everyone it was the best thing that we did was to reach out to you and trust you. And the amount of support that we got was more than we ever expected or imagined. And it's allowed me to get to a place now where I don't even think about his, obviously we've started, I do think about his allergy in terms of we've started the milk challenge and that's going well. But for the past few months, I've not even thought about it. I've just bought the dairy-free substitutes and like, and if you would have told me that when I was in the depths, in the allergy trenches, I think you can
Yeah,
call it, in that, before we reached out to you, if you would have told me, oh, there'll be a point where you just won't even think about it and he'll be fine and he's going to be happy and you'll have found the right milk, his weaning will be going well, I wouldn't have believed you. Like, not you, but
yeah,
if
yeah.
someone said to me
Yes, yeah.
that this will be, you won't even think about it once you got him sorted. But
Yeah,
yeah, we just, when we got him on the right track so quickly, which I think he was settled within about 3 weeks, wasn't he?
yeah.
And then we started weaning, which he was settled throughout anyway, because he didn't react to only obviously soya. But yeah, it just allowed me to really enjoy motherhood again. So do it.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I think that enjoying motherhood is so pleasing to hear because
Yeah.
I see a lot of parents that say that we now struggle with PTSD following all
Yeah.
this and they've wasted their maternity leave on appointments and just the struggle and I
Yeah.
think you took action quite quickly, Louise, which
Mm-hmm.
I think was great for you and for Roman because
Yes.
you're enjoying motherhood very
Yeah.
early on, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, Now we did do a milk challenge to confirm his level of tolerance, didn't we, to milk?
We
And now
did.
you started the milk ladder.
Yeah.
And that's because as part of the settle baby plan, obviously, is to settle the baby, introduce food allergens, and then help you start the ladders, whatever ladder that is. And for Roman is the milk ladder. How
Yeah.
is that going? Because obviously I haven't spoken to you for like, is it 2 months?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
How is he doing now?
Yeah, he's doing really well. So I think what we realized when we did the milk challenge with you, when we were still with you at the time we did the milk challenge, is that he does have an allergy, obviously, which was reassuring to know I wasn't making it all up. But it was, in terms of the grand scheme of things, it's quite mild to moderate, isn't it?
Yes.
So he needs that continuous daily exposure, really, for you to realize, for the reactions to get bad enough for you to realize, this, he's reacting.
Yeah. But these are the babies that are tricky, and they are the ones that actually tend to suffer more because
Yes.
everyone's like, oh, it's nothing. It's just keep going. And because he's healthy weight as well.
Yes,
Right.
I had so many people, and actually it was really frustrating for me because I had so many people go, "Oh, he's just constipated, he's just sick, babies are sick a lot, and I'm going, "No, this is not normal. I can see he's in pain and he's struggling." And because he's always, by the grace of God, slept as well,
Yes.
people would say to me, "Oh, but he sleeps fine, so he can't be, he doesn't have an allergy." And I was thinking, no, you just know as a mum, like, this isn't right. So I do think some people probably may have carried on and may have just gone, "Oh, he's just a fussy baby. He's just a, fussy, crying, sicky baby." But yeah, he is a tricky one, like you say, because some people would have gone, "Oh no, he's not." Yeah. But I'm so glad. I knew he wasn't a fussy, but he's actually a very, calm, happy baby. And when we reached out to you and worked with you, you were able to give us that baby back, which was just invaluable, because I knew he was, I knew he wasn't this, super, I knew he was in pain. So.
Well, you trusted yourself there, didn't you?
Yeah,
Louise?
I did.
Thank you so much for sharing this with everyone watching. And I'm just so grateful. And it's been so much fun as well working with you. We had stressful moments, and the journey is, I'm used to it, but we also did have some joy along the way, especially when you see, when you send me photos of happy baby Roman, and like, I love it. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Nishti. Like I say, it was the best decision we ever made, honestly, reaching out to you. And,
so glad.
I wish I'd done it sooner, but
you did it soon enough. You did it soon enough.
I did do it. I did reach out as soon as I found you. So there we go. So I did it as soon as possible. But yeah,
it was so much.
It was amazing working with you, and I can't thank you enough.
Thank you for trusting me.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Louise.